Welcome to Aurora's Angoras, a small rabbitry nestled in the northeast corner of Lake Aurora, about a mile from the Aurora volcano. It's a small rabbitry of about 25 rabbits, 5 of them being male and keeping 20 does. It's a wet area, so there's a lot of green vegetation and humidity that has to be dealt with. The feed here is based on corn, so I'm hoping to be able to develop more green vegetation. Not only are there rabbits, we also have the ducks and the bantams, and from time to time what other animal falls into our lap. It's a tropical coop where you make do with what you can get your hands on. I've had the rabbits since 2019 here, though back in Canada I had a rabbitry that went up to 100, specializing in satin Angoras, one of the rarest breeds in the rabbits. I made the mistake of leaving them behind in Canada because I thought this tropical country I was coming to would be too hot. But then one day, a couple of years ago, while visiting another area, I saw the long-haired rabbits again. And I realized that they could do well here in the tropical area, because we're up in the mountains and it's a little bit cooler. So these are the first cages that ended up coming with the 11 first rabbits that I got. They're originally from Spain, perhaps from back into the 1990s, and they've had their day, and the floors are eroding and the babies are coming down through the holes. So we're trying to cover them with wire until we can get a new set of cages that we've been working on put in place. So at the moment I've been breeding about 2 does a week with an average litter of, let's say, 4 up to 6. They not all take, it's a lot of up and down. These cages we made on ideas we got out of the rabbit production book, so that some heavy-duty construction metal that we found that had holes large enough for the poop to fall through, and then some other thinner grade wiring above where they don't chew as much, but there still is a problem with chewing, which we're going to be working on with the next set that come in. We've put just strung an easy piece of wire on the front where we can put in hay and grass. The gentleman, our friend that helps us around here, made a really fancy lock, but based on the elastic, and elastics just don't do. So we're going to do different locks on the next cages that we're building. It's the measurements more or less based on what we got out of rabbit production, but the rabbits do end up eventually making their way through. Though this was the sturdiest wire that we could find, So we're going to see how we do with the next set. Ended up going to Wish, the app Wish, to get chupas for the watering system, and up by tube and cans. So, once in a while I might end up dropping in a Spanish word. We've been here over 13 years, and sometimes the Spanish comes out quicker than the English does. So we had first the 10, and then we added these other 4 little larger ones for breeding for the males. And we started to make use of a free available product, bamboo. So then we had this grow out pen made out of bamboo and screws. And so the rabbits spend the last of their time here while they're aging out. From time to time we take the machete and clean out the gaps. From time to time, one of the negative things is that sometimes a leg does get caught between the bars. So we make sure we check them frequently to catch any before that happens. The biggest thing we have here as a concern is feed. We do buy horse hay. Every time it comes in, it's a different quality. But generally we have no issues with it for molds. It stays dry under the hatch. Clear plastic for lots of light. And so then what we do to substitute at the beginning of the pandemic, the pellet place was shut down for a month. And I had over 100 rabbits and babies, and I had to learn quick. So since then we've started making more use of papaya, the leaves, the fruit, the stalk. The fruit, particularly for the papayan, them being a long-haired rabbit, we keep on top of wool block. So then other things, when I bought the rabbits, then I learned about the Mexican Oro being a source of protein for them. And then bit by bit I study and try to see what I can add to it. We add the mimosa, we add the ramia, try to find what invasive plants that we can add to their diet. We've learned that we can use the yucca leaves, and that we can use the Thai cordyceps. Of course, any scraps that come out of the garden get used as well. When we put in the compost and the papaya seeds grow out of the compost, the seedlings get fed to them. Occasionally some kale. The vegetable garden gives us more on the papaya, but the biggest source of food that we have is banana. So at the moment, about once or twice a week, they get fed the banana leaves. After the banana, it's put on its bananas, we cut it down and we feed the stalk. We also have on hand some cultivated black raspberries, and also the wild red raspberries get fed. We found that the rabbits like the Suriname cherry leashes and branches, and they get fed. So every time I look at a plant, I ask myself, can I feed this? So katuk, it works, though we eat more of that ourselves. And then lots of banana. So the banana has been fattening for them. So we've been trying to find other food sources, and there we go. So that's the tour. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.